Hits 96, we are live and local this afternoon. We're Chattanooga's #1 hit music station. And now it's time to talk dating with Brock. I have Chattanooga-based dating expert Brock Olsen joining me on the line. And Brock, yesterday I threw out my email. And our listener here, Lizzy, she wrote me, and I think 3 minutes flat. As soon as I mentioned it, she sent me an email. And I thought I'd just read you the email straightforward like we've done in the past. And we can get Greg into it because Lizzy's ready to go.
Nice, let's go. And Lizzy, thank you so much for submitting this. I'm excited.
All right, here we go, Brock. It says, "Hey, Gino, I just heard you asking for a dating question this afternoon for Brock. I have one for you. I think I'm in love with my best friend's ex-boyfriend." Well, no, I know I am. What should I do? I've been in love with him for quite a while, and they just recently broken up. What do I do? I'm not sure if I should tell her or if I should tell him. All I do know is that I love him and I can't stop thinking about him. I'm freaking out. What do I do? And it was signed Lizzy, and there's so many exclamation points and question marks. Lizzy needs your help, Brock.
Well, Lizzy, thank you so much for submitting this question. I've actually asked a few of my other lady friends, and they're telling me kind of unanimously, Lizzy, you need to leave this guy alone. Once you, break up with somebody as a woman, once you break up, it's kind of understood that with girl code, your friend should not date your ex. That is a line that you are not supposed to ever step over. And there's a couple reasons, and I guess we'll talk real quick. What is girl code? You know, there's typically like 6 big rules of girl code. One is you don't hate on girls who you don't know. You need to always be honest with your friends. Like if they ask for your opinion, be 100% honest. Stand up for each other in public settings and things like that. Don't share secrets. Don't let a guy come between you. And the big one, don't date their exes, their siblings, or their close friends unless you get permission. Now that permission is extremely rare, but understand that you need to have an opportunity to have a conversation with your friend. If you do not get that permission, really, really, really judge if you value that friendship, because likely, regardless of how your words might be, how sincere, how much you feel for this person's ex, you're likely going to lose that friendship because you're going to end up crossing the line on a couple of those codes, those rules. One of them being trust and being honest and not sharing secrets. Like these are the things that you are actually going to violate by going after their ex. You know, it sounds like you're kind of young by being super exuberant about this. You know, a lot of exclamation points. We can definitely feel the youth there. Totally fine, but really, really want to encourage you to, at the very minimum, have a conversation with your friends. But understand that you're likely not going to get a very good response. It's just how it is. It's just how people are wired. What I would like to recommend is that you put this to the side, understand that there's going to be a lot of amazing people that enter your life, and fixating on somebody that obviously they're not taken, but in the girl world, they are taken. Even though they're not in your, they're not dating your friend anymore, you really probably just need to leave that whole thing alone. It's going to probably serve you better that way.
Yeah, that's the vibe I got from the whole thing too, and and bros have that code as well. It's the girl code, but there's also guy code or bro code, whatever you want to call it. I think that is a strong rule, and at least in my experiences, that's kind of the best way to go about it. Now, what about a certain amount of time? I mean, she says in the email that it was recently broken up. Wait some time.
Sure.
Let things cool down a little bit before Lizzy even has that conversation with her friend.
Yeah, definitely wait a while. And it depends on how long they were dating. Like, if it was like, they went on a couple dates, hey, we were only talking for like a month or two, I think that conversation can definitely be approached much sooner. But if they were together for 6, 8 months, a year, whatever, you probably just need to leave that completely alone. Again, there are so many opportunities and options out there. You really, really don't need to limit yourself to something that's so risky and likely going to jeopardize a friendship.
Right. And she says it's her best friend. We're not just talking about some acquaintance that she has or a coworker. We're talking about her best friend.
Right. And it's really easy to kind of fantasize what a relationship can become, you know, if we're romantically interested in somebody. Like, men and women do this a lot. And I'll actually say this for everybody that's listening. Men actually do this more than women. we fantasize about what a relationship can be, which is why often in the very beginning, men do so much up front before anything's truly earned. But understand that romanticizing a relationship is not a healthy way to operate. It's hard to kind of keep things in perspective and understand what's really important. And Lizzy, your friendship is what's the most important. That's likely what's going to outlast most of the romantic relationships that you have. And if you damage this one, especially this, if you're young, if you do this kind of early, you can kind of set yourself up for a bad reputation as somebody who doesn't honor the girl code.
There you go. Advice from Brock Olsen, Chattanooga-based dating expert. To learn more about Brock and what he does one-on-one coaching and all types of things. As he mentioned, podcast and YouTube. You can go to brockolsen.com and make sure you follow him on social media. Of course, I want to thank Jamie for writing in with a great question. And if you have a question that you would like Brock to tackle, you can send me an email and we'll read it on the air here. That's Gino, Gino, at WDODradio.com. And of course, all of those details on our website, hits96.com, as well as our Facebook page. Brock, thank you so much for the tips, and we'll look forward to next week.
Sounds good, Gino. Thank you.